It's connected. Okay. Hi, aloha everyone from around the world. This is Miley Letulia, and I'm so honored to have this time to just come from the Grand Princess on the balcony of our author, Christine Lowe, or Chris Lowe, also known as Chris. Yes?
Yes, Chris most of the time.
Chris most of the time. I'm so honored. We were so blessed. The beautiful thing that we love about this blessing that God has blessed us with to be able to sail on the ocean is not so much that we have our rooms made up for us every day, or we get to eat all the food we want, or we get to swim when we want, visit the beautiful places of the world. But I think probably the most important thing is the fact that we get to come into some amazing relationships. What's that they say? There's big ships, there's small ships, but the best ships are relationships. So we had dinner the other night, and I was just so honored to meet Chris and just to find out the background and she's so inspiring to me. So I'm just going to introduce her to you. Chris is an author, and I'm just going to ask her a few questions to share with you guys of her journey and what inspired her to do that, and what we can give to you from Lessons from the Ocean, from these nuggets of wisdom and inspiration that we're going to get from Chris today. So Chris, please tell us about I want to make the title proper. The name of the
Shattering Glass Ceilings. No obstacle too great for God's empowering strength.
Yes, and so what exactly inspired you to write the book? I mean, was it something you just like, I'm going to write a book one day?
No.
Or no, I love it.
No. I was an English teacher long ago, before I was a priest, and so I love reading and I love writing. But the important thing, as far as the book is concerned, is that 30 years ago, God healed me of multiple sclerosis. Now that's an incurable disease at the moment of the central nervous system. I had a brain scan, and it turned out that the problems I was suffering from were caused by multiple sclerosis. So that was the start. I had that, and all sorts of problems as a result of multiple sclerosis, all sorts of difficulties. By the time I was healed, when I was teaching, I was having to use an overhead projector and screen. I couldn't write on the blackboard, my hand would just fall away, that kind of thing. Rocking and rolling as though I'm on a ship when I'm walking, because the coordination isn't right, periods of exhaustion and so forth. So when I sensed the call to ordination, it was before the ordination of women in the Anglican Church, so hey, what's going on here? Secondly, I knew I wouldn't be accepted with MS, so I batted it away, didn't believe it, didn't think this was God calling me at all, until this particular weekend. We were at a training weekend for the healing ministry, and I was healed of MS, and at the same time God made it very clear to me that he was calling me to the ordained ministry, whatever the obstacles.
That would get someone's attention in a wonderful, positive way. It was instantaneous.
It was instant.
That's a message from God.
I woke up the next morning, my body, it was like I had a new body. Everything worked. Everything worked. And if I tell you that a few months later, at our cottage in France, we were re-roofing one of the properties. John was doing the clever stuff, putting all the tiles, the pan tiles in place, and I was shimmying up and down the ladder with 3 or 4 pan tiles under one arm. Now these are clay, so they're quite heavy, and one hand on the ladder. Now I couldn't even have climbed the ladder because of the dizziness and so on, 10 months before, but God had healed me.
Yes.
So people have asked me to write the book many times, and it's an expensive process to get published. So it got put off, and then my dear mum died and left me some money, and I knew the first thing I had to do was to honour God and share the hope and joy that he brings with other people by writing a book.
Wow. Wow, I can't wait to read it. And now that we're here out on the ocean, so I can't wait to order it and get it and read it and everything. I mean, just the inspiration when you told me God healed you from MS, I was like, no way, I can't see. I see no traces of that.
No.
And that is the healing miracles of God. And those are the calls that you go, this is truly a call from God. And I just wanted her to come and share her journey, her story to, I know sometimes the world gets really weary and tiring and exhausting, but there's hope, right?
Oh, yes.
When there's hope and
Yes.
there's when there's a will, there's a way. When there's God, it's inevitable. So if for somebody who maybe is having some physical challenges, or what could you offer them? I mean, what was that moment that, like you said, you were at the event, but there was that moment that you knew without a shadow of a doubt that God has His hand in your life. What could you give to people?
I've known got His hand on my life for very many years, since I was a child. But as far as that healing's concerned, can I just say something? Healing isn't always instant. Jesus said to us, keep asking, whatever your request, don't give up, be persistent. And He tells the story of the persistent widow.
Yes,
And we went on and on until she got that justice.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, and
Yes.
that's what He tells us to do. And yes, I have prayed for people with John, my husband, many, many, many times. And sometimes they've not been healed at all. There's been no change, or they've got worse, or they've died. But remember, the greatest healing of all is when we leave this earth and return home to heaven, to our loving Heavenly Father. So death isn't quite the awful thing that our
Correct.
society makes it out to be. It's painful, it's horrible for the ones left behind, but for the one who's going,
Yeah. Glory.
it's the great Aloha. So yes, we have to be honest. We don't know why God doesn't always heal everybody, but we do know that He calls us to pray and to bring before Him in prayer those who request it, and so we do.
Yeah.
Trusting in His grace.
Trusting in His grace. That's the bottom line, right? Because it is His sovereign grace that no matter what, at the end of the day,
It's
and
God who heals.
yes,
God who heals.
and it's His plan, not
Yeah.
ours.
Not ours.
I always have to
No.
remind myself of that one. It's not mine.
No.
It's a fabulous thing. So we can get the book on
Yes. Yes,
different
Author House,
avenues.
the publishers, have it. You can also get it on things like Amazon and Book Depository.
Okay.
Some of the smaller bookshops do stock it as well, or will order it for you. It's available as an ebook as well. So don't buy the ebooks. I hardly get a penny for it.
Go for the Amazon ones. We love it. Well, we just want to get the message out there, right?
Yeah.
There is hope.
Yes.
Don't quit no matter what, even when things look hopeless. I mean, I'm sitting with a walking testimony that God has healed you. And
Yeah.
is there any last words that we can just share with anyone who's listening
Yes.
and just tuned into our lesson from the ocean from the day?
I called the book Shattering Glass Ceilings because that's what God did again and again in my life, and I've seen Him do it in others. There are so many people out there in the world who have suffered prejudice of one sort or another. I did as a woman. I'm 75 in another month, so I've grown up in an era when women didn't have the opportunities they have today. And I know what it's like. Other people actually put themselves down or listen to what other people say and never achieve their potential. And what I'd say to you is trust in God, see where He's leading you, and then step out in faith, because where He calls, He equips. Never have any fear on that.
Well, thank you. That is, oh my gosh, words of wisdom to my soul. And so I'm so very, very grateful for this time. we're signing off for now. So hopefully this blessed you this season. Feel free to drop us a comment or a line or a special prayer request that you would like for either both of us to pray, because we are believers in prayer, and we just yes, exactly. So from the beautiful Pacific Ocean, we send our love. May God bless you, and may this have been a blessing to you today, and the words of encouragement from my dear sister Chris and Miley. We love you. Aloha.
God bless.
God bless. Thank you, hon. Okay. Okay, I think you did it. Oh, wow. And we had, oh, hi, Yas. Hi, Yasmin. Oh, I guess we're still on. So it's perfect. Hi, aloha. Tui didn't know how to, so I says, hi, Saina. Hi. Hi. Oh, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us today. We are going to go say our aloha, say our goodbyes, but thank you. Hopefully this was a blessing. Hi, Jackie. Aloha, sister. How are you? I'm here with, oh, no, I turned it around. Yeah. But we're so glad that you guys were able to join us. May you guys have a blessed evening. Please feel free to watch the replay, and we're going to order the book. So love you guys. Have a blessed evening. Aloha from Chris and I.